Hello, St. Peter's. Welcome to week 5. Can you believe it? We are at the midterm, the midway through our first quarter of school already. It seems like we just got started, doesn't it? But we are in full gear now. We've gotten our map testing done. We're starting to get in the groove and the swing of things. And we are also in the month of October. What happens in the month of October? It's very exciting. That's right, Halloween. So all this month, not necessarily all Halloween stories, but kind of a theme of fall, spooky, sometimes Halloween stories. We're going to start off with a classic. And I don't know if you've all read it before. Your parents might have seen it though. But before we get started, let's check in on our friends. Is everyone here? We have Ralph, Magic Monkey, Daisy, and our Pig of Joy with her jar right back there. They are ready and they're so excited for this story and see what we get to create when we're finished. Should we get ready? All right, let's get ready for our story. Let's turn up our ears so we're ready to listen. Turn off our mouths so we don't make a sound. Put your hands quietly in your lap. Take a nice big deep breath. And now we're ready for our story. You ready to see it? It's called The Spooky Old Tree by Stan and Jan Berenstain. The Berenstain Bears. Have you read some of their books? You probably have. I love this one. Wait till you see some of the really cool pictures. These 3 bears are going on a big adventure. Here we go. 3 little bears. Looks like they're heading out for fun. One with a light, one with a stick, one with a rope. They're prepared. A spooky old tree. Wow. And look how big it is. Sure looks spooky. There's a lot of crows hanging around that spooky old tree. Good thing they have a flashlight. It's pretty dark. Do they dare go into the spooky old tree? What do you think? Do you think they're going to go inside? They look a little bit nervous. Let's see. Yes, they dare. Look, they went in through that hole and they're sliding down. Good thing he has his rope. It's helping him climb up. There they go. 3 little bears. One with a light, one with a stick, one with a rope. They're going on a great exploring adventure for sure. A twisty old stair. Inside that spooky old tree, can you believe it? They're going up those stairs. Do they dare go up that twisty old stair? I think I would, because look what's down here. A crocodile. Yes, they dare. Whoa, what happened? They went up the stairs. The crocodile came to chomp and try to get them. They almost got him, but look what happened. Uh-oh, I think he got their rope. That was scary. 3 little bears, one with a light, one with a stick, and one with the shivers. He's really scared because he was the closest to that crocodile. It made him shake all over. And see how they drew that? So it looked like he's shaking. Oh, it's so scary. Whew, they had to run out of there. A giant key, a moving wall. So they turned the key and it opened this wall. all inside the spooky old tree. This is amazing. Amazing. Will the three little bears go through that wall? Do they dare go into that spooky old hall? There's a lot of things in there. Some knights in armor. They look like bears though, don't they? See that? An owl in the picture. Looks kind of creepy in there. Yes, they dare. Of course they went in. But oh no, look. One of the knights in armor went shoop with their big poleaxe and sliced their stick in half. Oh my goodness, they almost got her. That was close. This book is scary. Are you nervous? Oh, is your heart beating faster? Three little bears, one with a light, and two with the shivers. Oh yeah, that was another close one. They're shivering and shaking now. They got to get out of here. A great sleeping bear. Whew. Do they dare go over great sleeping bear? What do you think? Do you think they're going to climb over him? He's really big. I think you're right. They've done all the other scary things. I think they will. Let's see. Do they dare? Well, they came into the tree. They climbed the stairs. They went through the wall and into the hall. So they've already done all of those things. So of course they went over Great Sleeping Bear. But who's waking up? Uh-oh. One eye peeked open. Do you think he's going to be happy when he wakes up, or a grumpy bear? I think a grumpy bear too. Let's see. Three little bears without a light, without a stick, without a rope, and all with the shivers. How will they ever get out of here? Oh no, that bear looks very angry that he was woken up. And they look very scared and are running as fast as they can. There's even a bat up here. Ooh, there's lots of bats. See them? Some of them are sleeping. Whew, here they go. Up a ladder, through the floor, down a slide, and out the door. Let's look at that again. You see the bear chasing them? So they go up a ladder, through the floor, down a slide, and out the door. Now you can kind of see how big the spooky old tree was, and they went through all of those places. You can even see here the stairs that they went up first when they got in there, right? And all the bats are flying out. Oh no, do you think the bear's gonna catch them? They went out the door. Whoo, three little bears running fast. I don't see the big bear chasing them. He's probably too big to get out that little door. Whew, look at, they ran home so fast. Home again, safe at last. And there's Mama Bear, ready to give him a little hug. Woo! That was quite an adventure, don't you think? Got my heart pumping. I was a little nervous. That big bear almost got them at the end. So they almost got eaten by a crocodile. They almost got chopped with the big poleaxe from the bear knight. And then they almost got eaten by a bear. Even though they are bears. That would have been weird. What do you think about that book? Do you like it? If you like it, watch it again. We can read it over and over. How would you like to make your very own spooky old tree? Isn't that cool? Let's make one. All you need, now I'm going to tell you what I used, but there's other things you can do, okay? So I used a piece of black construction paper. If you don't have black, you can use whatever color paper you have because you can always color a background. But I'm going to use a black one. So it's kind of nighttime in this story. And then I have a brown paper bag. That's what I'm using for my tree. If you don't have a brown paper bag, you could use newspaper. You could use another color paper if you have brown paper of any kind. You could even use, I was thinking about this, but I forgot to bring some to school. You know when you buy new shoes and they stuff all that paper in the shoes before you can wear them? You could use that paper. Anything you want. Even if you only have white paper, you could color it brown with a crayon to make it look like a tree and then go from there. So once you have your paper picked out, whatever you're going to use, this is the fun part. You're going to rip a big chunk of that paper. Just rip it. You don't have to measure it. You don't need scissors. And then this is the really fun part. You're going to crumple it up a little bit. Kind of just from the bottom, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it all the way up. So it makes it like scraggly like the bark of a tree, okay? And then since this is going to be our trunk, how I have one main trunk part down here, since this is going to be our trunk, I'm gonna kind of flatten out the bottom just a little bit so that I can stick it to my paper. Let me show you. Now you can use glue, but since I have to hold my page up, I'm going to use tape because if I try to put glue, I'd have to sit here and wait for it to dry right now. And since I can't put it flat on the table. But if you have a flat table, you could just use some regular glue and just put some glue dots on the bottom, okay? So I'm gonna use some, but you can use tape, you can use staples, whatever you have at home. So I'm just going to tape my bottom of my tree trunk. You don't need a lot of tape, just one on each side, because it's kind of nice that it sticks out. If you look at it from the side, it's not flat on the paper. It's gonna stick out like a tree. Now we don't want it to tip over, right? So we're gonna have to find a flat spot up here and tape it at the top. Give me another piece of tape. There. Now, is yours gonna look exactly like mine? Probably not, because the way you squinched your paper is gonna be different than the way I squinched my paper, right? Squinched, scrunched, however you wanna call it. So now that's our trunk. But if you see on here, I have a couple branches coming off my trunk. So now we're gonna go back to our bag for your paper, and we're gonna rip a skinnier strip. Doesn't matter what size. It can be short, it can be long, whatever you like. And then I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm kind of just gonna squeeze it at the bottom, squeeze it in the middle, squeeze it at the top. It's kind of fun, isn't it? Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Look at that. I have a tree branch. So now I get to decide where I want this branch to go. I think I need a spot over here. My tree is kind of sticking up a lot. So I'm gonna make it even go off my paper. That's okay. Your branch can even go off your paper. So I'm gonna stick it down a little bit behind my trunk, right there, okay? Let's make another one. Let's take another piece of our paper. Oh, this one got a little smaller. That's okay, I'm still gonna squeeze it. Squeeze it, squeeze it, right? There's my branch. I think I want it to go this way. So this one I'm gonna have sticking out. Let's see, where should we put it? How about right there, right out the top of my tree. So I'll put another piece of tape down there. Hold it down, right? I think I need at least one more. Let's make another one. Let's rip our paper and see what we got. Oh, that looks crazy. Let's see what happens when I squeeze it. I'm gonna squeeze it, squeeze it. Oh, it's coming together. Look at that. Even though my paper was such a crazy shape, it's still all squeezed together, right? Okay, maybe we need one on this side. So I'll put this flatter edge down here. I'm gonna tuck it inside. And it's okay, like see how this is kind of coming apart? No big deal. I'm just gonna make it go however I want because I have the glue, I have the tape. I get to make it go down however I like. And sometimes it has a mind of its own, like this one. He flapped over. I think he needs another piece of tape. That's all you got to do. Just glue it down some more if it falls over. Okay, that looks pretty cool. It's looking like a spooky old tree to me. So the next step, I took a marker. I'm using a marker on this part because if you see up close, I drew some like scraggly lines and I made a hole. I made it look hollow on this tree, okay? I used a marker because if you use a crayon on this and you try to push down, it's gonna smush your tree flat. And we do not want our tree to be flat. Okay, so I'm going to make a hole in my tree. I think this already kind of looks like a hole started. So I'm gonna make it over here. And does your hole have to be round? No, it's in a tree, for goodness sakes. It could be any shape you want. And very gently, I'm going to color with my marker. I don't want to push down hard because if you start pushing down, see how it makes my tree go down? I don't want to do that. I'm just going to be so gentle. The cool thing about markers is you don't even have to push down and the ink will still come out and it will still cover color on your paper even without pushing it down at all. That's why we're using a marker. And you know, if you don't want it to be quite so spooky, maybe you want to use another color. That's okay. I'm gonna make mine kind of spooky because it's Halloween time. We can use this to decorate our house. Ooh, that really looks like a hole in my tree, doesn't it? All right, then I'm gonna put some lines on it, kind of like bark lines. Some squiggly lines here and there. And then in the book, some of their trees, see how it had like a hole there? So on my branch, I think I'll do it on this one, at the top, get it so you can see it better. I'm just gonna like make a curve and then I'm gonna color it black all the way to the edge. It'll kind of make it look like it's hollowed out inside, so maybe something's living inside of that tree. What could live in a tree? What do you think? Inside of it, a bat maybe? Or an owl? Or maybe a squirrel could live inside that tree. If you want to add other holes and things, you can. That's up to you. You know, it's your tree. You can make it however you want. As many, whoop, it fell right off my clipboard. As many squiggle lines or as few as you like. But we're not finished yet. Because we're making a nighttime scene, let's put on a moon. So on my first one, I made a crescent moon. See that? How about we make a full moon on this one? A full moon means the moon is a big circle and we see the whole thing lit up. A crescent moon is when we only see a piece of it and it looks like a crescent shape, kind of like a croissant that you might eat for breakfast. So there's my yellow moon. I used my crayon on black paper. If you're using black paper, crayon is the best thing to use. Markers don't show up as well unless you have special markers. And then for your stars, you should use a silver crayon or a white crayon. Those are going to show up the best on black paper. Now, I know you might say, oh, I don't know how to make stars, or my stars aren't any good. Guess what? All stars are different. So it's okay however you want to make your star. You could make a star like this. I'm going to show you. Watch. You go up and down, and then you cross to the other side, straight across and down. That's one way to make a star. You know how else you can make a star? Like this. You can make an X like that and put a line coming down. That looks like a star to me too. However you want to make your stars. If you want to make your stars just by doing little dots in the sky, you can do that too. Because sometimes when we look at the stars, they just do look like little dots, right? You can make some of them silver, some of them white, fill up your sky, or maybe you only have a couple of stars. That's up to you. If you want your moon to show up a little bit, maybe take that white or silver crayon and make an outline. You can see it a little bit better, okay? You can add to this however you want, your spooky old tree. Maybe you want to add some bats. Maybe you want to add a black cat on the bottom. It's up to you. Because look, I have a lot of paper left, and I used one bag to make 2 trees. So if I wanted to cut out a bat or to do a torn paper bat, I could color it black and add it to my picture. What do you think? Can you make a spooky old tree? Then you could hang it up in your house. It's a great decoration for Halloween. What do you think? I like it. I like it a lot. You know what we need to do now? We need to spread some joy. I'm really feeling like I need to spread some joy today. What do you say, Joy? That was fun, making a spooky old tree. Let's spread some joy. I wonder what it's going to be today. I can't wait to see. Swirl it around. Swirl it around. Oh, you're going to like this one. Delaney's really going to like this one. It says, start a dance party. What? Ba, 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 ba. Just dance around and have some fun today. You can start a dance party wherever you are. You can turn on the radio, or you can make your own music like I just was. You could pick up, oh look, I have some beads. That's an instrument. You can make some music, start a dance party. I have a bucket. You can drum around and dance, dance, dance. If you start dancing, get the rest of your family to start dancing. Suddenly, anybody who is cranky, anyone who is having a bad day is going to start to smile, and they're going to start feeling better. What a great way to spread joy. Start a dance party. All right? Go do that, boys and girls. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll start a dance party when I get home, too, even though I'm having a little one right now. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Got my beads for my instrument. All right, so spooky old tree, check. Dance party to spread some joy, check. Go and have some fun, and I will be back next Wednesday with another story just for you. Until then, you know what to do. Keep spreading your joy.